Once you log into Seesaw, you will come to your journal page. You will notice on the right side of your screen, there is the journal tab that is white, showing that you are on the journal page. The journal page is where you'll find students' completed work for you to review or student work that has already been turned in. The next tab you will navigate to is the Activities tab. The Activities tab is where you will go to assign activities to your class, to schedule activities, and to archive activities in order to manage your students' interface. The first tab, Assign to Class, are activities you have already assigned. You'll see on your left side of your screen. Scheduled activities are activities that you have scheduled to go out to your students but have not been assigned to students yet. Your archived activities are ones that you have put off of your student's interface so they no longer see it. So this may be helpful if a student has not completed an activity and it's on their feed. Maybe they completed it in class instead and you don't want them to see it on their Seesaw interface. You would archive the activity and you could see it here. The last view is the calendar view. Here you can see all of the activities and how many were assigned each day. Let's take a look at the Inbox, your next tab. The Inbox tab is where you can communicate with students and families. The Students Announcements tab is where you can send announcements to students within your class. The Family Announcements tab is where you can send messages to all of the families that are tied to your students or individual messages to families. Within the Inbox tab, you will also see a Notifications tab. This is where you'll get updates if someone messages you, students have turned in work, or you'll also get a message giving you the activity that has happened in your class for the week. The last tab we're going to look at is the Progress tab. The Progress tab is super helpful when assigning activities and trying to quickly check to see how many students have completed them. If you look over here, you'll see I can see each student's name in my class, and I can see the activity that I have assigned for that week. You will see circles underneath the activities to see what the students have done, if they've turned them in, if they have not opened the activity, which is the red circle here, or if they've turned it in as a draft, which would be an orange circle. You can change the date range up here to see specific weeks where students have done work. You also have the options for the skills view. If you tag activities with a Common Core standard or maybe a certain category, this is where you could see how the students have done on those skills. So DPS has already uploaded the Common Core standard. So if you wanted to tag an activity with a Common Core standard and come in here and see how all of your students were doing on reading fluency, this would give you a quick snapshot of how your whole class was doing with that standard. And you can see on the side here, you can also filter down by student and by skill that you're looking at. The last few things that we're going to take a look at on your Seesaw interface is the wrench icon in the top corner. This is where you can change your class settings. You can add students if you don't see them in your class yet. You can manage teachers and add co-teachers to your class. You can enable your class blog. You can turn on and off as students can see each other's work. You can manage folders to organize student work. So your class settings is also a very important feature on your Seesaw interface. We'll talk more about this in the activities video, but this green circle with the add button is also important when you're looking to add student activities for them to complete. You can send announcements, again, to either families or students. And you can also post student work. So if you had in your in-person class, you had students that did a great job and you want to share with the whole class, you could go to post student work, take a picture, and all of your students could see it in their feed. That is a quick overview of your Seesaw interface.